How big a challenge is that going to be?
Yeah. So we had some guys taking some reps at center today, Nick, Landon. So we'll be ready to go. I think we're just kind of monitoring that situation as the week plays out, but it's how we ran it past couple of days.
How about for you? I saw that you popped up with an ankle on the injury report. All good?
Yeah, ankle's fine. What in my ankle is my knee. I don't know if they put my ankle, but
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. We'll be out.
How's your knee?
Knee's good.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
My bad, Emily.
My bad.
What's your scouting report of the Washington defensive line? I know you played him a few times, but what's your report?
Yeah, really good. I think Armstrong's a really underrated player. Payne, Allen's coming back, so they're feel like the heartbeat of the defense. Fowler, really good edge rusher. I think he has 10.5 sacks. So career year for him. Bobby in the middle. So I feel like they play really hard together. They run games very effectively. So collectively, I just feel like they're really a tough, savvy defense. They don't make many mistakes, and they play well together. And I feel like they do a good job of reading what we're doing. Really, second game, so we got to make adjustments.
Third championship game, I guess, in 8 years. Are there any themes that you see together that you get to this point, that you've been through it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it you have to have a talented roster. You have to be lucky in some situations, and that, injuries do play a factor in that. So for the most part, we're pretty healthy. But really, I think with all the teams that we had a close bond on and off the field. So, really coming into the season, we knew we had a lot of things to fix, and we had a lot of expectations to rise to. So with all that, we have a tight friendship off the field, and I feel like we're all that stuff translates to what we're doing on the field.
I mean, 7 sacks again. Hurts getting sacked 7 times. It doesn't happen very often. What was going on with that?
Yeah, just I think you go back and look at the Rams game, just some stunts that weren't picked up effectively. So, it's a lot of times what they do, they run these different alignments. They try to create separation between the center guards and tackles, and when they get that and your technique isn't on point, that's what happened.
In Slay's case, by his own admission, he's coming here and end here. What's your perspective on these past 5 years of having him as a teammate?
Having Slay as a teammate? He's been unbelievable. He's funny. He's he's just always positive personality. Obviously, he's a great player, but I just have a respect for how he works and how he treats all the younger guys. I feel like he's a great leader and bringing a lot of those guys around. So he's been like that ever since I know him. Ever since I met him really at the combine. So he's always been really talented, but I don't think people realize the leader that he is and what type of example he sets, and and he's done it for a long time.
Something that fans have said about him was that he still likes to play, which is part of why he's been able to have success at this age. Being around that age, how rare is that to still want to play, at age 34?
Yeah, I think a lot of it goes down to, what team you're on, the guys that are around you. So that's really what it comes down to. We have a lot of fun coming to work. Obviously, we like to compete, and, I think the guys around you really is what makes, that possible. So we're in a good situation here. So we've had a great culture here for a long time, and that's why it's different.
Lynn, you've practiced against a lot of edges in the 12 years here. Have you ever seen a guy improve as much from one year to the next as Nolan? And could you sense last year, even though he wasn't having the production on the field, that there was something special there?
Yeah, I mean, I've always recognized his work ethic and ability. I feel like his rookie year, he had some shoulder issues that he was fighting through that may not have, came to light, but he was battling through. And so this year, I feel like he's picked up some weight. He's stronger, so he does a great job of setting the edge. He's not just a pass rusher. He plays the run game really well, makes a lot of plays with effort, and he's doing a better job of getting to the quarterback. I feel like he's when he goes to line of scrimmage as a rusher now, he has a plan of attack. And so, yeah, I mean, competing against him, competing against BG, I mean, I kind of see a lot of Nolan in BG as far as the personality. He's always positive. He's always working, and with any adversity, it seems like he just, works right through it. So, and it's fun to see.
What was your takeaway from the last Commanders game? They shut down Saquon in the second half. Did they just sell out, and what do you do if you're looking at that again?
Yeah, no, we just, we didn't make good adjustments, I felt like. That's really what it comes down to. We had opportunities to win the game, but, when you look at the second half, they really had our number. So, coming this time around, have some different stuff for us scheme-wise. But, yeah, that was a difficult game for us.
How's Jalen looked over the last couple days?
He looked good. I was out there today firing around. So, we had a good practice. We went to the link. So, it was good. He was mobile. He was moving. And,
It's possible that you could need Tyler this week. Just curious, your thoughts on his season, where he started, was probably a little disappointed.
Yeah.
And how he's rebounded from that.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's kept battling. I think Stout does a good job of always preparing every guy in the room like they're playing. So if something does happen, which, it seems like something does every year that, guys are able to step up and play. Such a testament to Stout and TJ. He's a menace in the room, and I say that as a compliment to him. But he makes the rooms or the meeting room not very comfortable. So he's always asking questions. He just wants guys to know their assignment. So when they go in, they play well. And seeing as from last year to this year, he's a lot stronger, and I think he's probably a little bit more comfortable on the left side. So. Which is what he played in college, but he's able to play both. But he's been a guy that hadn't complained once. And whatever coach has asked him to do, whether it's be a tight end, a big package, jumbo package, whatever we had planned for him, he's always done it, no complaints. And I feel like he has the skill set to be an elite player, and he'll be there one day.
How was
you and
the
Zach Ertz
operation with Landon at center, and how big of a deal is it to, I guess, have two different moving parts there?
Yeah, the main thing is just communication. So, a lot of what we do, we identify fronts. We got to listen to calls. So, Landon's pretty loud. He's a big, loud dude. So, we can hear the calls pretty well. But, that's the real difference. Obviously, he has to take different set lines at center. It's a little bit different for him. But for us, pretty much the same thing.
Lane, you and Zach came into Ertz came in same draft class. Kind of ironic that you're going to play each other to go to another Super Bowl. But what's your relationship been like with him over the last dozen years?
Yeah, Zach has been a close friend for a long time. Obviously, we've had some distance, the past few years, but I always have love for him. We text a lot during training camp. We haven't texted this week, even though he did out my story about all the cookies I ate as a rookie. But no, man, Zach, he's always an intense competitor, so I always appreciated that about him. I feel like he tried to bring out the best in everybody. And, we talk about it's weird being the older gentleman in the room now compared to, the young guys we once were. But, yeah, man, it's fun. It's going to be a competitive game, and, it's different seeing him over there.
How lucky do you feel? How lucky do you feel that? This is your 12th year and it's your 8th time in the playoffs. A lot of guys, not many have that many chances. How fortunate? Do you feel?
It's, you're very fortunate. When I think of players, I think of people like Joe Thomas that would have loved to have the opportunity to play in one, and didn't get the chance to. So, it's something obviously that we hope for every year. Then you have to go out there and win the game. So, we're fortunate where we're at. And I think with these big games, we try not to, change too much, lean on what got us here. For us, try not to get too emotional, just focus on our plan of attack and let the chips fall where they may.
Can you tell that Landon has played center when he's out there? Is it very obvious right away?
Yeah, he's he likes to be the band orchestra. Was that it? Yeah. So he's very loud. He's a very big man, and he can hold that space pretty well. So, it's different for him, obviously, playing left guard, going to center. So the set lines are different. What you're doing, the communication is a little bit different. But when you're that big and you're the strongest guy in the county, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Can you tell what the mentality of the team has been this week? What are you picking up on?
Yeah, man, we're focused. We talk about, it's all about us. But, with anything, I try to tell players this, emotions don't win games. Talk doesn't win games. Execution wins games. So, That's how I see it. When I go into any of these games, big or small, I try to stay neutral and just focus on one play at a time and don't get too carried away. So, as boring as that sounds.